God damn it. Oh, fuck you, cat. Drop it. The cat's got a goddamn chipmunk.
All right.
Oh, they updated.
There it is.
Skype is just like Afghanistan. Everything's new here.
New but old.
Hi, fellas.
Howdy.
Okay.
How are we? We sound all right. I didn't have time to do any sort of mic testing.
I noticed nobody was there for a rehearsal. So I left after an hour. I know we like to get together, do a 2-hour meet, and then kind of a rehearsal, run
the
through.
production meetings, they keep fluctuating in time, and I apologize for that, but we'll get back on track soon, Andy. I know you're a stickler for getting all the rehearsal time in.
It's like painting a house. A lot of prep work. You can't just get up there and slather the fucking paint on like an ape, you know?
Otherwise, we don't have podcasts everywhere.
We don't want people to know that we say all of this stuff ahead of time and then just repeat it the second time.
I'm hoping it doesn't sound rehearsed. I mean, that's fingers crossed, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I figured out. Well, and this is we go. Should we do the reveal in the first episode? He talks about it, or no? I figured out how I sat on my dick, and it wasn't that the toilet seat smashes my dick. It's
wait, before we go any further, Andy, let's reset the table in case there's anybody out there who missed. I'm gonna guess episode 127, maybe.
Yeah.
One was the last one or the one before.
We talked about this in rehearsal. We'll plug the clip in right before
it. Andy somehow managed to get his balls caught between the toilet seat and the rim.
I was sitting on the mushroom head, which I have. I'm not bragging, but I have one. And then I would sit on it, and I thought it was between the seats, but what it was is I would sit down. I start peeing, you know, and like heading down to do number 2, but peeing and then sit down on my dick. Not that it would get mashed between the seats.
The way you made it sound is like somehow your dick and your
I couldn't figure it. I know
mushroom head got stuck between the toilet seat and the rim. And you continued to sit down until you went ouch.
I will say this, something similar happened. I thought about this very thing a couple of days ago. The Holiday Inn had a very low toilet. And one day I was trying to hurry to go in there to sit down and take a shit. Yeah. So I had my pants down already and was turned around when I realized, the seat's up. So I went to sit down and swing the seat shut and did smack my balls from behind with the seat. Wow. So that was an interesting first.
I would like to talk to you'd have to talk to a bunch of emergency room doctors, and like, what percentage of cases are dudes just trying to take a shit and they mash their balls or crush their dick? It's got to be at least.
Why are those
guys can't get in to see a doctor because of COVID? You know, if you sit on your dick right now and need to go be seen by an ER doctor, they may say, "Sorry, clumsy, it's not your day." But it happened. Go ahead.
Why are you in such a rush? It seems like you're in a rush, like you're about to shit your pants all the time. Like, are you not? I mean,
this was a separate incident, but another shitting. This is today. This is how the kind of. I mean, you know, if I was over dramatic, this is the kind of day I'm just not getting out of bed or whatever tomorrow. You know.
Wait. Anyway, hold on. You're talking about an incident again that happened today?
Another toilet incident involving my penis.
I just want to make sure. You're talking about what happened 2 episodes ago, and now it seems to be this is. Yeah. Got a repeat offense here.
I got moved down to the lower bathroom now. It's mine. I had a foot in each one, and now that foot has been removed from the upstairs bathroom. So I'm down there where both tragic incidents occurred, where this week I sat and mashed my penis again and go, okay, that's how that happens. Take a note, mention how this happens, because it happens, but how I described it before, it would involve like some really fucked up shit, you know, like how would you get your dick, you know, But I did think that happened. But here's what happened. So this morning I get up to go. I go up to my cabana to first thing in the morning. I don't. It's just my routine or whatever. And I go up there without a light. It's because that's where the weed is.
Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah, the cabana.
All right.
So I come up here and I got a piece of artificial turf down that it's the rug and then a lawn chair and the weed and you see the accoutrements. I got a cooler.
So you've been moved outside with bathroom privileges.
It does feel like that, but I try to pretend I'm
You're like living in Deadwood,
crops.
Andy.
I'm garden crops, Yeah, I don't want anyone staking my claim or coming up and making a claim to my stake. Yeah, that's my stake, motherfucker. That's a tri-tip. Leave it alone. Anyway, okay, so I come up here. I'm barefoot and it's all wet. It's not supposed to be wet, but we do have underground sprinklers. I thought I had turned them off, but it's all wet. And then I step on something in the rug on the the artificial turf, and it's all fucking slimy. And then I take another step down, and something wedges between my toes. I turn on my phone light to see. It's like the thing that is between my toes is weird. It's not sharp or anything. It just doesn't feel like something I want there. And,
Andy, just 1 second. Just to paint this picture, it's dark outside. You need your light. You've got something in your toes.
I step on something with my right foot.
Hold on.
Okay,
are you naked?
No, not right now.
No,
are you?
Of course you're not naked now.
Oh, I thought this was a Jeffrey Tubler incident or no, no, because we have a guest. Sometimes if we didn't have a guest, I might throw them off and just but I don't
That's why I was asking. I wanted to give the entire picture.
Yeah, but I was
sometimes painting.
I was in my night gear. Anyway, I stood on something slimy and wet. But it was everything. The ground was wet, so I thought, oh man, like I have shit in here, like t-shirts or whatever. But it was so I turned the light on, and this isn't how I hurt my dick on the toilet either. This is before this. This is so I look, and there's a fucking nose and whiskers in my toes. Like my little cat is a murderer, and she separates the body and the head and eats part of the body, about half of it. So what I stepped on with my right foot was the body and innards that were ripped out. And then I put my left foot down and wedged the fucking head in my toes. So I'm fairly fucking disgusted. Went into the house, and the little cat, the murderer, she wants a plate of food. And I'm like, fuck you, you are. Anyway, I put her food down. There's a plate, it's up on the counter, and I put it down on she doesn't want it. Wow, that's not quite, but.
Chaille, that's what I was picturing.
That's why I put it up there. I totally thought that's what it was.
So I put the cat food up on the counter. She wouldn't eat it. I put it back down on the floor. I don't know. She's not eating it. So I have the number 2s calling. It's like, what? Hello? Yeah. I can do that. I'm right in here anyway. As the cat eats in the bathroom, I don't know. They don't mind the smell. There's not much, usually not the same thing happening at when they're eating. But I have recommended they find a better place to enjoy their meal when I'm copping a number 2 while they're trying to eat. But so the cat, she wouldn't mess with the food, which happens sometimes. They're like, fuck no, man, freshen it up or whatever. But I'm taking a shit and my dick hurts. Like, I have to review. Wait, I haven't left the house in 2 years, so I think I'm good on dick stinging. And I finish up on the toilet, but my dick, like 2 or 3 times, it felt like it was being bit by a bee or some shit. And so I get up and then flush the toilet and everything, and then I go to look at the cat. The cat food's crawling with fucking ants, and they're bigger ants than normally. Like, we get ants that will show up, and then I give them acid, and then they leave, or boric acid. It fucks them up. They party, they all gather around, big fucking party scene, and then they disperse, and you don't see them again. So, but they come into the house periodically. This was bigger than those. A little
John
bit
Mink ants, they call those.
like
Yeah.
John Mink ants. Yeah. So they bit my dick while I was taking a dump this morning 3 times. I was like, ow, and I thought, wow, what the fuck, man? Is like, you usually don't get sharp pains on your dick without help. So yeah, that whole fucking God, Chaille, it's like Chaille has an art crew.
Well, I get a list of all of the photo calls up, so I'm just going by the number.
You get there's like thousands of these fucking ants. Thousands of them, and I don't know how many were on my dick. It's like they were when I saw them on that cat food. That's when I got naked. I didn't go back out in the yard, but I got naked at that point and got in the shower. And that's then I like you gotta plow through, man. You can't let that kind of start break your confidence.
I feel like I missed part of this story. How did you go from having ants on the cat food?
Because I was moving the cat dish and they crawled all over my hand, and then I tucked my I don't know if you do this, but I tuck my dick down because I want my dick to see what's going on. Like, you're gonna watch this asshole take a shit. Get your head down there and stare at it one-eyed bastard. Yeah. You're gonna see this. So I had a hand. They were all over me. I had them all over my. I didn't really notice them. I guess when you're taking a shit, you're kind of in a. You're focused on that.
You're probably kind of skeeved out from stepping on a decapitated mouse too.
Yeah, so that I had a mouse. I had a mouse between my toe, and then I had 3 or 4 ant bites on my dick, and this is like 5 a.m. So it's like I can either go back to sleep or just keep going. I haven't really decided yet.
It is a rough day if you've already been bitten on your dick by 5 a.m. You've already suffering dick bites. Sun's not even up yet.
Seems like that's going to be the worst part of the day, though. I would stay up.
That's an optimist.
Well, they have a book called "Eat That Frog" about doing the most difficult task of the day first. I guess Andy
could Mark Twain quote. Samuel Clemens.
I guess Andy could write a book, ant bites on your dick or something.
Then
same thing.
Mark Twain. Did you guys anybody see the Val Kilmer show movie?
I have not seen it yet.
No.
He was set. He was I won't ruin it for you, but he talks through a whole.
Go ahead and ruin it.
But he was playing. One of his a project that he was hoping to do was he was playing Mark Twain, and he was doing a play of it. And then it was getting better, and then he was hoping to do a movie of it. And then he got the throat cancer, and unless Mark Twain goes, I never met a man. I never met a man I didn't like. But cool dude. I think Val Kilmer. I didn't know much about him, and he seems like a dude who I don't know. He's got lung cancer, so you probably wouldn't smoke weed with him, but sit around and enjoy turquoise jewelry together.
I like to picture him as Mad Mardigan from Willow instead of that Chaille has there. I don't want to see that.
Yeah. He but that's what happened to him is he got cancer. He all of a sudden got throat cancer.
That's just not cancer. That's a style statement.
Yeah. Well, he is. He still has a flare.
That's sad on a lot of levels, not just cancer.
Well, it's tough to adopt the ascot as a hip sort of look if you're covering up a throat cancer. If
you're not Tony Randall.
It looks like he joined Steven Seagal's cult.
It looks like he just got kicked out of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Man, how about a movie?
There's that hunky bastard right there. That's how I'll remember.
I love Val Kilmer.
Oh man, he was so fucking. He was such a hand. This is gonna sound a little gay, but he was so fucking good looking. He's like one of the best looking dudes ever.
Doesn't sound a little gay.
I called him a hunky bastard. That sounded a little gay, Andy. What you
in
said
the movie Tombstone, you could have had either him or Johnny Depp, and they would have handsomeness, in that age, but I think Johnny Depp has fared a little better. I mean, if you got to go, handsomeness now versus then, I mean, I think you got to give Depp the nod on that. But Val Kilmer may have been a little hotter back in the day. And fuck Tommy Cruise. Tommy Cruise had crooked teeth at the beginning, and
he's nowhere near. He's not even in the discussion.
And then,
it's got to be Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and Depp, right? Those are the three.
The handsome throughout. Yeah.
Come on.
Who's the guy from the
always be talking about guys who we think are hot.
This reminds me of the Batman talk.
I know. Gay. Well, Val Kilmer is a crossover. Val Kilmer is definitely a crossover. He's our gateway. How about good looking actors who went ugly? How about that topic?
They added Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. The guy who was the wrestler, was he ever handsome? He kind of was, right? Know what I mean.
The wrestler? You're talking about
Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke was a handsomer, younger dude, and he turned out to be
I don't think it's the same league as these gentlemen here.
Randy Quaid.
He was pretty studly for a minute.
Randy Quaid, real handsome as a youngster.
I think you're thinking of Dennis.
Oh, I know. No, Randy was always... Yeah, Randy, he was in movies at a young age, and he's pretty much been Randy the whole time.
Randy is...
Andy, I think you're right. Mickey Rourke had a look I forgot about because, like you'll see here...
Him versus Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis maintained his handsome. He's still a douchebag, but he's maintained his handsome. Let's talk about chicks.
Ew.
How long is the show last? This is year 2 of the pandemic. I'll tell you who I'd like to blow.
Chad, it's good to see you back at home. How does that feel?
Amazing.
Good.
Amazing. Jenny went and got some stuff and cooked some chicken on the grill and some vegetables on the grill. It's something that I haven't got to do for over a month. And
you feel like you feel lazy because you're not dragging items out of the mud, bagging up shit.
No, this has been it's been really helpful for me because it's given me perspective. Like, I couldn't wait to get home because I'm like, I've been putting off cleaning out my closet for like 2 years. And now it just seems easy because I don't have to dig everything out of 3 foot of mud and throw half my shit away. I'm just like, all I have to do is just pick shit up and put it where it belongs. Fuck, why haven't I done that? Like, it's given me some great perspective. So I've been finding projects to do since as soon as I got home, started doing all my laundry. So I'm gonna try to ride it as long as I can. I'm being productive. I felt like I had a purpose for a little while there. I wasn't used to that.
Yeah, it's how tweakers feel when they get a new bag of meth.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna clean this
shit
up.
Done.
Well, we got everything, all the walls put back in, painted, and there was like 2 rooms left to paint when I left, and the carpet guy had come in and gave him an estimate for flooring and carpet and stuff, and so they should be back in by the time this airs, probably.
Is monsoon season coming to an end? Is that over? Or are we generally not worried about more floods in the immediate future, or
pretty worried about it? But we put sandbags up over the doors in the back, and we got those concrete barriers that the county hooked us up with. They did a lot of work in the creek. Usually the first flood after a fire like that is when because it gets backed up from all the logs and shit that washes down.
Right.
So now it probably won't get that high again, but it could.
All right. Well, let's hope.
That was probably boring.
I was just thinking about what's her last name? Greta. It's like Greta's Thornburg's Angels. It's like, no, man, that one wound down. We're ready to roll on the next one. we just need a van, equipment, and some funding, shit like that. But in theory, man, I'll go to Kabul. I'll catch people. I'll put a trampoline would not have helped those people falling out of a plane.
There's no there's no flights to Kabul right now.
Yeah, I was thinking of what the
Well,
firemen
not from
do, like
here.
Not
when
with
the
people.
Moscow.
There's
Yeah.
only a crew, and they're flying people out.
Man, you got to keep a sense of humor, I guess. And I heard laughter in that one guy comes running. We've all seen the footage, right? There's like four clips, but there's all these people running, and it seems almost like the end of Blazing Saddles, just bedlam, And then this one guy comes running up and waves to the camera, but then. So then some people hanging onto the plane, and then they didn't.
No, are you fucking? Did that? People really fell like after
Yeah.
took off.
Yeah, they were hanging onto the wings, dude.
They were
hanging fly to America on the wings.
Yeah, that's
a long way to hold onto a wing.
That's they haven't been
20-hour flight.
Yeah, oh yeah,
those people have good grip strength, Chaille.
What did they? Absolutely. Yeah, you would think it'd be like that fucking gremlin thing. And remember when William Shatner saw the gremlin outside of the plane?
Oh no!
But if they did, but you just, even if they had like a rubber suit, but it's a good thing for airlines. Or like if you had like a David Letterman had the suction suit, or if you could, maybe
Velcro,
you could,
not rubber.
You'd probably die, the oxygen and all that shit. But if you could,
of course, yourself... at 35,000 feet, there is no oxygen for you.
You'd freeze to death. Also,
you'd also freeze to death. Not to mention just the wind burn that your face would get.
I guess maybe they were hoping it would stop, but. So a couple of people fell off of that thing, at least a couple, maybe more or whatever, but 2 were on camera. But you could hear in that footage where the people are falling off of the plane, a couple of people laughing. But it's like, oh yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Oh, it is until you realize we'll be in that situation in a few years for some reason or another.
They probably weren't trying to get anywhere. They were probably trying to kill themselves, and all they have is dirt and a goat, and they're like, how the fuck do I kill myself with dirt and a goat?
Yeah,
fuck this.
And thinking about it, I haven't seen it. It's shocking. I can't believe you guys are laughing. But they probably just get out of Afghanistan airspace and then land, the closest place they can where there's an airbase. So they wouldn't have to actually hold on. But I mean, yes, the altitude and the speed and just the fatigue they wouldn't make it.
I'll tell you this: it sure puts the it's like a mic drop on crisis actors in America. Like that is some shit there. You're a stuntman actor, and fucking hey, yeah. So tragic events out there. I'm glad it. Can you imagine if that worked though? Like fucking airlines would be looking at new seats.
Andy, they've had people that they've discovered in the wheel wells of planes.
Dead, right?
They discover them dead, but they discovered them.
There have been some people that have made it, and they don't know why. They have no idea. Because just the freezing cold would do it, and then the low oxygen. But I mean, people are desperate to leave some of these fucking these places. I mean,
I wonder if they it's the
2
false
weeks before Spirit Airlines offers seats on the fucking tail.
Yeah.
They're gonna steal Andy's suction cup suit idea. Just sell you a suction cup suit. You can jump on wherever you want.
You can carry on.
Make a memo.
You can one carry on for $20. Mm-hmm. Anything you can hold. Yeah. So that was was that all today? That footage, or was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
I'm seeing it for the first time, and
I hadn't heard
it's shocking. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think it looked like there was like 10 people at least clinging to that spot there, and then only 2 fell. So where are the rest of them? Did they make it further? That's what I'd be curious. But there's some, you can't call.
Imagine if they did make it to a United States Air Force base and they landed, and then the United States did what it would do and said, well, we're sending you back to Afghanistan. You're being deported. That's for sure what we would do. We would send them back, right? Fuck them.
I don't want to get political, but Can you imagine if the guy who actually won the election was no? But if Trump was president, they take an airplane off from Afghanistan. He'd go, yeah, no, we worked the deal out, and then he would send him to Haiti, and then the rest of all the kids that would get locked in cages and then sold off as sex slaves to his buddies. Oh man, I want to go back to Afghanistan. But they could help out in Haiti. Haiti needs some Afghanistan translators right now. More than
Haiti's fucked. I don't understand. I mean, why doesn't Haiti lobby the United States of America to have the United States of America buy it? Like, or do they cherish their independence so much that they wouldn't prefer to just be a territory of the United States if the United States would go for it? They're completely fucked in every way, all the time. It never gets better.
Couldn't Bezos buy them? Like a private citizen just buy a whole country?
Maybe.
Well, it's corrupt enough that someone could say they could buy it, but I don't think it's. I don't know. Yeah, this is.
He could just. I mean, he could buy it and then just set up all his Amazon shit out of. It seems like it would be a great business.
Yeah, that seems very scalable.
Population of impoverished people.
Your main hub in Haiti rather than throughout North America.
Well, shipping's getting better.
They just have buildings made of rubber. So earthquakes, everybody just bounces around and has to keep working.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had no electricity before the earthquake. I was listening to some doctor talking on NPR about how they were already, just for whatever, just normal fucking Monday reasons, didn't have electricity. And then 7.2 earthquake hits, and now they've also got no water. And it's just like, I mean,
that shit,
half of that island is the Dominican Republic, and the Dominican Republic isn't utopia, but I've been there, and there's parts of it that are really nice, and they do okay. It seems like the other half of the island could at least aspire to that, but they can't. Why not just say, just ask the United States of America to make it a Puerto Rico? We would probably do it. Why not? We spent money on stupider shit than buying islands.
I think Bezos should just buy the whole fucking thing, set up the clean water.
I don't know.
Andy, maybe he's not in the mood to buy a nation.
What about Rogan? Is Rogan interested? Would Rogan buy Haiti?
Now you're getting somewhere, buddy. Yeah. Now you're onto something.
Yeah, Rogan could buy Haiti.
And then have it like a venue. It's like you could live stream the gang fights that you own. There are street gang fights. You can watch
Haiti.
Them. Yeah, it's all run by gangs.
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
Haiti Fighting Championships, the HFC.
Fuck yeah! I think we got to get ready for newer and bigger, gladiator type sports. Populate, war. I don't know, man. Like, if we could just put war on the field, we got like six Taliban versus 6 fucking right-wing Christian How about this? Insurrectionists versus Taliban, and put it in arena. No weapon. You can get the weapons, but you got to earn them by fist fighting and shit.
Thunderdome.
Yeah, like maybe rape, if you're an insurrectionist and you flip a Talibani over and rape him, well, then you get a weapon for the next round.
and some food, like a sandwich.
Yeah, we'll get Bezos to run the thing and we'll make it like a, pay-per-view arena. We got, there's going to be a lot of people who are desperate, so let's put them to use for entertainment. Those guys that jumped off the plane would probably, if they were here today, they'd sign up to fight some right-wing Christian. Maybe those weren't terrorists; those were desperate people. But I mean, desperate people make for great runners. Okay, we're gonna have an ultra marathon for a sandwich and water. So go.
It's kind of like Running Man, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of.
That's what I thought.
It's part Running Man and part fucking Jennifer Lawrence games, whatever, Hunger Games. Hunger Games. Yeah, like a sandwich at the end of a marathon. Because
Can we stop if we're talking we were talking just a minute ago about Afghanistan. Can we now at least transfer the Afghani army into the spot where that the French have so long held as the biggest bunch of pussies
Well, I
that
think
give up right away? I mean, this is
weren't the French more cowardly? I think the Afghanis were just like, yeah, we didn't really fucking. We're kind of Talibanis ourselves anyway.
Well, that's kind of what I thought. I tweeted that yesterday. It's like, I don't think a lot of these Afghan army guys are that against sending women back under the veil, back to their barefoot place in the kitchen. I think they're kind of like, Willy Wonka was with the.
I'm pretty sure we've been the enemy to all those guys the whole time.
Yeah. What I thought of when I woke up in that morning and saw all that shit is that line in Animal House where they trash Flounder's brother's car. Well, you fucked up. You trusted us. Everybody who's running to the airport, they should have known this was coming. Like that, the U.S. soldiers there. It was like a PR campaign that lasted a few years, right? Remember that, like the PR, and then it was like it's just like we haven't even. Did you even know we were in Afghanistan still? It's like you have to be reminded of it. It's like it's like The Simpsons. Is that still on the air? Still on the air? Still going? Still making new episodes?
Just a little bit longer than the Afghan War with America.
Yeah.
The Afghan Civil War is what it is. We just helped. So that's the limit of what I know what's going on.
Yeah, I blame I don't know. They just didn't have good coaching. I know what? It's like fucking. It's ridiculous. It's like Benghazi was what, like 4 people or whatever. This is way bigger than It's just like all this shit gets politicized, and it's like the other side is like, no, this is. All I see is a shitty situation for people, and I'm not gonna, fucking. It's just it sucks, I've been on bad flights before. I've had fucking people take my elbow space, but I've never had to cling to the side of a, that's some shit, I know I'll probably, if I live long enough, I'll have a mudslide, some shit that's gonna be like fucking really a bummer. I hope it's next week. I'm living on borrowed time, man. I had a pretty good time, just in spurts. It hasn't been fun, and I've had to hang on to the highs and deal with the lows. So, if my slope comes sliding down and takes my last breath, so be it, man.
I know you guys are obligated as comedians to talk about political stuff and everything, but
I don't think that we are.
I think I'd if I could just bring up something that came up in
Biden.
No, it was Chad. Stay with me here. Someone had a question on YouTube about the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's my effort to ham-fisted change the topic. Because I know nothing about what you guys are talking about, and it gets political too quick sometimes. So, the kid sister Kirby wants to know the theme song. It's just the same thing I want to know. Where did that come from for Issues with Andy? The theme song.
Interesting. I think it was the first. It was one of the first songs Todd Walker and I listened to in the royalty-free bumper music. We Googled royalty-free bumper music. So,
and then does the Senate have to approve, or does it go over to the House for votes? I'm sorry, I'm trying to politicize.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of, I watched shit, I forget the song.
I watched. It's a good little riff. I like it.
Yeah, it's like it is totally connected with our podcast in that the very simple, very basic, and yet it's catchy. I love it. So I learned it on guitar.
Who was that who asked that question, Chaille?
Kid Sister Kirby on YouTube.
Kid Sister Kirby, look, you don't need to have a whole bunch of money to start a very successful podcast like we have. You do find your royalty-free music. You get on Skype. That doesn't cost you anything. You can use OBS, Open Broadcast Software, if you want to get a little more complicated. This is all free. And then soon, you too will be taking over the world with your video podcast. It can happen.
Get a ring light.
Nah, you don't need a ring light.
Yeah, eventually.
Andy, we were 123 episodes in before you got a light of any kind.
This move, it might look like a fucking, a Jode Clan type of a tent with all my shit piled in it, but this is the best digs I've had.
Chad, there was another question. They want to know what you're drinking, and I think we've said it before, but you're not drinking Clamato. You're drinking V8, right?
Yeah, I do both. Sometimes when I was in Globe, they didn't have spicy V8.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
So I was doing the. Yeah, when we were podcasting with Stanhope once, he was like, "What do you keep drinking?" And I was like, "I'm tomato juice." And then I realized that it's this podcast that I do that all the time on, not that podcast.
Yeah, it's usually Modelo's lately. So you're back to Modelo's. So yeah.
These are some that I had here at the house. I like the Michelob Ultras. They're cheaper and they're less carbohydrate-y.
I'm drinking the seltzers, the Corona seltzers. I feel a little shame when I go up to the counter.
Yeah,
I'm 55 years old, and
we talked about wanting to fuck Val Kilmer, and that's the gayest thing that's been said on the podcast.
Hey, Val, I got some seltzer waters.
I found a new one. It's great. I don't know if you guys remember this. Ice beers became a thing about 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everyone had to have an ice beer out. And it was, I don't even know what that fucking was. And now it's like everyone's got some kind of a seltzer. And, you can get ones with more sugar or whatever. I like to add a little vodka to my seltzer. I don't know if that mans it up a little bit for you, Erickson. But I just get so burned out on vodka sodas, and I'm really adding vodka to this seltzer.
I would, if you want to man that up some, just say that you're using the seltzer as your mixer to your drink. And that's that doesn't sound as bad.
I would never order one in a bar.
Right?
Sounds like something you'd want to make a whole tray of and have like Val Kilmer night at the fun house. You invite the guy that was in Tombstone with him. How handsome did you think Val Kilmer was when you were working with him?
Oh, you're talking about Michael
Huckleberry night.
Michael Bean is another guy who was good looking and has still for his age is really maintained himself.
Who?
So now,
Michael Bean.
Oh yeah.
On Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Erickson, I don't think you met him when you were out.
I haven't met him yet. I have not.
Yeah. He was in Australia, I think, filming. So yeah. We keep doing podcasts with him, and then we just don't put him out.
It's funny.
Him and Doug get into something, and I'm like, what's going on here? So we'll get one. We're gonna keep trying.
That's what that Patreon's for.
Yep.
So Chaille, I want to hear about your flight, your private jet to Montana.
I can't.
It was very exciting news here at the Bretchel household when we found out that you guys were taking your own private plane to a gig. I was very excited.
I can't talk about that.
No? Secret? Oh, never mind.
If you tune into the Doug Stanhope podcast.
I knew that's what was going on there.
Oh, I see.
Never mind. Montana for a gig.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah,
I just wanted a shot at doing the joke I wrote that Brian Hennigan would have written. I wrote a Brian Hennigan joke about your air flight. The plane did not crash. Oh, the plane did not crash, ruining Junior Stopka's only chance at fame.
You should do that on the Doug podcast.
We're actually doing a podcast right after this. We're actually doing two because we're in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and there's nothing to do here. So,
Cheyenne.
When will When will that come out?
Tomorrow.
After this. Oh, tomorrow.
Previous to this one going out. Yeah.
Well, then what the fuck? It'll already be out there.
That's not. Hey,
It's
I don't want
exclusive.
to. I don't want to know about it
That's-
anyway.
that's not the way it
Boring
goes.
flight, and I hope nothing happened.
Well, seeing how tonight's the gig that we were supposed to take, guess how it happened?
All right.
Yeah. So you can find out on DougStandUp.com, or you can go to Patreon and get even more information, because we're doing a special Patreon episode talking about that. Just go to patreon.com/StandUpPodcast.
I'll be there.
You
I'm a
heard it.
Patreon
You heard it
subscriber.
first here on Issues with Andy.
That's right.
Breaking news.
All your
Rick Haley's
political
flight of fancy to
and
Montana.
airline news.
11.
Nobody fell out of the plane or held onto the wing.
I'm the only one you see.
You know, it's like when I saw that, it was like immediately, it's like, you know, and I haven't seen as much as you would expect. But I'm waiting for like Tom Petty's Learning to Fly. You know, it's like click this and then you'll sound.
Going back to the Afghanistan.
Well, it's just like free
It's
falling.
Big story, Chaille. It's worldwide. It's everybody
It's
in
like
the
you
world
never-
except for you two guys is talking
It's like
about
you
what's
never
happening
even
in Afghanistan.
derailed it, Chaille. It's like it just went right back on.
The only thing that what makes it less political than Mike the flat, he didn't know. He thought the Earth was flat, and he got on his rocket. That's political. People falling from a distance isn't political, man. Have you ever fallen down? You're not going, shit, I'm going to land Democrat. You're just like.
Andy, didn't you find a dolly that you lost, or a brother call you up for some money or something? Come on. Did you go to the Starbucks?
No, but I did.
Stepped on some mouse guts.
Stepped on a mouse. I restained the deck this last night, and then that's when the fucking rain. It's like I should have looked at the weather forecast, but I restained it, and it was a big fucking fiasco because it didn't really.
Restain the
You
deck.
just
I did,
restained
yeah,
it.
but Larry, that's because Larry was here in that one area, and I couldn't unstick it. It's like what the fuck, and then it's just like but it, you know, so yeah, I did do a little Larry.
What was the name of the podcast?
Sticky Larry comes to dinner.
Yeah.
So you restained the entire deck.
And I got Larry a ticket to go to a concert. Larry's going to come up and go to Todd Snyder with me if he's alive.
You did. What a good brother you are, because
yeah,
you talked about how that was going to ruin the concert for you, but you did it anyway because
I got 2 tickets.
Larry's an old man and I
got a ticket from my brother David.
Good person.
I got a ticket for my brother David, and he's stuck with Larry.
Good move.
Yeah.
Solid.
I was like,
you're an even better brother.
Yeah, I either got I said something to David. I go, he probably won't even remember it about the ticket. And he goes, no, he was just talking about it the other day. I'm like, oh, fuck, you know. So I got 2. So yeah, David and Larry can come up and sit somewhere else. You know.
So you'll share a ride with them.
I'll share the experience.
Yeah.
And all that. But I mean, I couldn't get them to sit by me anyway, but I didn't want Larry one-on-one. It's like, you know, it's like when you're a kid, you don't want to take grandma around because she's old and teetery and a hassle. And that's what Larry is. He's a fucking, you know, he's got a fucking, what's he got? He's got a pacemaker. He gets winded after walking like 10 feet. You know, he came up the stairs to my house and that was almost it for him. You know, that was his clinging to the side of a plane. It's just walking up here to eat pizza. He took a leap of faith.
30 steps instead of 30,000 feet.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that little energy. You could, you know, so you know, getting him to a Todd Snyder concert, yeah, it ruined my fucking evening to drag Larry around. Hey, Todd, this is Larry. Actually, if Todd met Larry, he'd probably have a song about him a couple of weeks later. Larry's just that kind of guy.
Have you, Andy, I know you're a huge fan of Todd Snyder, and I got turned on to him from Jeff Tate, and I've never even heard of the guy before. Have you ever met him?
No. Well, yeah, actually I did meet him, but just like, you know, walking by kind of thing.
Was
Hey
he
man,
busking or something?
he was at the small club in Eugene, and then him and his manager were done, and they just walked through the crowd, and oh hey man, what did I said something about Hedberg, because he wrote in his liner notes, thank you to Mitch Hedberg in that current thing, and I go, hey man, I was a friend of Mitch Hedberg's, and he goes, oh, and he said basically he sounded like Hedberg. He goes, oh man, cool. But I was like, it was like a weird thing to even bring up, but he's just like in my space for a second. And I go, man, I saw you thanked Hedberg in your liner notes. He was a friend of mine. And he goes, oh man, cool. And took off to go get high or whatever. So yeah, I briefly bothered him. I don't like fanning on people. Like, it's embarrassing, like going, like I did it once with Bill Murray's brother. And it wasn't a cool one either, but
Brian Doyle?
John, I think. Ah, god damn it. Oh, fuck you, cat. Drop it. The cat's got a goddamn chipmunk. Fucking brutal motherfucker. You see that? Ah, you vicious cunt. Christ, man.
Actually,
You
Andy,
that's a good idea. Don't you want
chipmunk, man?
you want the cat
rodents,
catching
dude.
mice?
That's depressing, man. I'm kind of like fucking now. Can I be friends with the cat? Like I'm good at bad for
Don't let him
chipmunks.
lick your face.
It looked like it was dead. I mean, I feel like I should intervene or some shit.
Oh, let it slink
No,
off
let
and
nature
die
yeah.
slowly.
She's gonna eat a chipmunk. She's not getting a treat tonight. Goddamn chipmunk, man. That's murder. Oh, fuck, man. This is shaking me up. I don't like seeing death like that.
Andy, is it murder? Really?
That's fucked up. That's carnage, man. I mean, a chipmunk. That it's probably got a family waiting for it to come home with nuts or whatever they do.
Maybe it's like a family that was ready to break up, and like Miss Chipmunk is like she's got something on the side. She's ready to leave.
Yeah, I think this chipmunk was eyeballing your weed and was going to start fucking gnawing on it and chewing on it. And this cat's just protecting.
What if your cat found that chipmunk molesting a littler chipmunk?
There you go.
Wow,
And then is
there,
carrying out
so
justice.
Right. Yes.
Maybe it's like Minority Report where my cat saw that chipmunk murdering us. Jesus Christ. That's fucking awful, man. Brutal. I'm going to pray for it. I'm going to thoughts and my, I don't condone what happened, and my thoughts and prayers to the chipmunk family at this time of loss.
It's tough.
I'll probably bury if I find any of it that's I throw mice in the trash because that's what they are. But a chipmunk, I'll bury it in a hole, say some words. Damn, deserve better.
Is it because it's cuter?
It's got a cute name.
Yeah. The neighbor's cat it went blind in one eye, so I just call him blind. No, I call him Blackjack. One-eyed Blackjack. Yeah, that's poor bastard. One-eyed Blackjack. But I have.
Jack?
But he's like, I like him. He's, but he's got one eye that's like a pirate eye. It's just fucking lit up, and and I don't feel, so if something happened with him, I'd feel like I did with the mouse. But if something happened, I know my cat is cute, but that's fucking. Oh, there she is. She's on to killing something else now, or maybe the fucking thing's alive. Could be that. Oh yeah, the goddamn chipmunk's got a chance, man. I gotta get involved.
This is like the worst episode of Mutual.
I know this really sucks.
Kingdom I've ever seen.
I don't know if we can get this, but I gotta do.
Andy moves the camera and reveals that he has a decoy chipmunk set up behind him, hanging on the wall.
Right,
and that's why this chipmunk got caught. It was lured in.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
I'll be like, at least I'm not hanging squirrels in effigy behind me.
Look how Andy actually placed the camera.
Uh-huh.
It's framed pretty good for like where the action's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, notwithstanding the bushes, but yeah.
He's got a nice trellis there too. He's got to get a little. Is that a trellis?
Yeah, it's a trellis, but nothing's growing on it.
Yeah, he's got to get some flowers on it. Some nice.
Like this place is some cat's claw.
This place is real pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man!
What's going on?
Oh my god! What
we
was
got
he
to get this
carrying?
motherfucker a GoPro.
I was gonna say we need to like find some body cam or something.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe we just need to set up cameras around his backyard that he is not aware of.
That chiseled
Oh,
man.
that would be even better.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some of us wear
Save
scarves.
it, Andy?
What
Andy,
I
happened?
think so. Yeah, it sounded like it.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, that chipmunk was playing possum. It
So
was like
what?
I went back there and you know, said, "Hey, freeze, man!" And then
Keep your hands out of your pockets.
back up, take 2 steps back, hands in the air, hands in the air, stop
Walk
resist.
back to the sound of my voice.
There happened to be
Hands in the air.
I had my broom over there, so I leaped up like you know Ron Artest at the palace, leaped up on the and then I didn't really even see the chipmunk, but I swung the broom at my cat, like you know, like Pixie and Dixie, or like you know, that's what they wouldn't. No, the cat used the broom to hit the mice, I think, but I used the broom to hit the cat. I mean, I just swung in her direction, and then she went running, and then I heard the chipmunk hit the tree. I heard something climb up the tree, assuming the chipmunk. So, you know, rescue ranger, yeah. You know,
You did it.
got involved. You know, you
See?
get involved, and I saved a life. And now that chipmunk,
That's why you shouldn't have stopped your day when you got ants biting your dick at 5 a.m.